Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Madonna has finished her celebration tour. How time flies. It seems like just yesterday that the tour was delayed due to her health and then started like 3 months late. But surprisingly, she performed all 80 shows. All 80 planned shows went ahead. There were no cancellations. There were a whole lot of late starts. I think almost every show was late. I think she was on time twice. I think in like the second week when she was in London or something and they had a really tight curfew at one of the venues. I think she showed up on time twice. But the rest of the time it's been an hour or two late every night. But aside from that, she actually showed up for every show. She didn't cancel. I don't think anything was rescheduled once the tour started. I think a couple of things were rescheduled early on when they were putting everything back up after sort of delaying the whole tour after she was sick. But yeah. I think she was in Mexico, and her last Vogue guest was Salma Hayek, who came dressed as Frida Kahlo, who she played in the movie. So that would have been pretty amazing for Madonna, who's a huge fan of Frida. And yeah, it went well, no issues. I mean, yeah, she got dropped off a stool and everyone acted like she fell. I mean, a chair, everyone acted like she fell, tried to make it out like it was some decrepit age thing when really the dancer just fell over. And a few mic problems, a few sound problems, just your usual stuff. I don't think anything else really went wrong. Her last couple of tours, she cancelled a lot. I mean, I was scared to book tickets on Madame X because, I wanted to go at the start of the tour and the end of the tour, and the start, she cancelled and moved tours like a week or so in the past, and that did happen for Madame X, and then the other shows in London I wanted to go to were cancelled, and then the final shows were cancelled because of the you-know-what shut down everything. So every show that I thought of going to and would have bought tickets for and tried to go for and got flights for were all cancelled. So, and there's been issues like that on past tours as well. But not on this tour, not a single show cancelled, and she apparently did well, gave her all. The only issue I have now is technically the last show is the Rio show, but it's a free concert. It's a totally different production, and that's the thing that bothers me. Apparently, they're recording that show for the concert film, and I don't think they're just not going to be able to replicate the concert that was inside the arena the same on that beach. And if that's all we get to represent this show and this tour, it's not going to properly represent it, so I'm a bit upset about that. So yeah, the tour is finished. She's just got that one big show next week in Rio, which I hope more than 1 million people come. If less than 1 million come, it's going to be really embarrassing. If more than 1 million, people are saying it could be up to 2, but I'm hearing mostly 1, probably because they want to brag when it ends up being more than 1, But yeah, just glad she got through it all and glad it went well. I suspect that she's not going to tour again. And she was very emotional, apparently, in this show. And I think this big Rio show, which I don't recall her ever doing anything like this, like a free concert like this. I think maybe she did something like this on Who's That Girl or something, which is her first big tour. But I think she's going to announce her retirement from performing, doing concert tours, because I think this really kicked her ass. And she wasn't really happy, I don't think, with what she could do dance-wise and move-wise. So I got a feeling, I could be wrong, I'm just putting it out there just because if I'm right, it'd be really cool to say, yeah, I knew that, I saw that coming. But if I'm wrong, no one listens to me anyway, so that's okay. But yeah, I think she's going to announce that this is it. This is her last big sort of show for her last big tour, and, it'll just be other things. I think that's what's going to happen, because she's not going to go out like Cher, where, as much as I love her, she just prances around the stage and doesn't really do much other than just, sing and dress in different costumes and look pretty. But she's Cher, that's all she has to do. But Madonna always danced and danced hard, and now she's getting too old to do that, and she's got health problems. I think she would be smart to bow out before it starts to look bad, because people are trying to act like she's embarrassing herself and all that, but she hasn't. She looked fine, and she performed fine. She didn't give herself too much to do. That was fine. But as she gets older, it's going to get less and less that she can do in that. So I think she would be wise to bow out now on the top, when she's still selling out arenas and doing really well and has, this big show to sort of finish it off. So we'll see. We'll know in like a week.